Hi guys, 18DAP here and welcome to another match day preview. This one is Doncaster Rovers versus Mansfield Town at the Eco Power Stadium this Tuesday night. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to another match day preview. Doncaster Rovers versus Mansfield Town in League 2 this Tuesday night. If you're an existing subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with the channel and supporting the channel. It is greatly appreciated. If this video has brought you to the channel, please consider clicking subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And if you are new, this is the format that we go through match previews. We'll look at the previous meetings between the two clubs, current form across all competitions. I say a few words about a Donny Rovers player and then I give my opinion on the opponent's one to watch. But as I always say, you know your club much better than what I do. So if you think I'm wrong, get it in the comments down below who we should be watching out for playing in a Mansfield shirt tomorrow night. I give a predicted team lineup thanks to FanHub. Me and the family have got the predictions league table. We've not started too well on that one, and then the all important score prediction to finish the video off. So without further ado, let's get into previous meetings. Rovers and Mansfield have faced off a total of 71 times in our history, and it's not good reading for Rovers. We've won 21 of those, we've lost 33, and we've shared the spoils on 17 occasions. But sometimes it goes one way or the other in terms of how many one of the teams have won, but when we drill down into more recent five, it can flip the other way. But in this case, it doesn't. It's still bad reading for the Rovers. We go back to the 2016-17 season in League 2, and that was a positive season for the Rovers with a 1-1 draw and a 1-0 win. But in more recent history, 2021 FA Cup and then the 2022-23 season, it is all defeats. A 3-2 home defeat in the FA Cup, a 3-1 home defeat in the league last season, and a 4-1 away defeat, last season. So yeah, not good reading for the Rovers, especially after a poor start in the league this season. Hopefully we can turn that around and get some points tomorrow night. Current form does kind of point towards continuing the theme and the pattern in our history with the Mansfield win. Rovers 2 wins, 2 defeats, and then another win sandwiched between those 2 defeats. Mansfield looking in much better form with 2 wins, a draw, and then 2 wins. We, Donny, come into this one rock bottom of the league table, but it's 2 games in. No need to panic yet. We haven't scored a goal, and we've conceded 5 after a dismal display at Newport. I think everything that could go wrong went wrong in that one. I think, I'm hoping it's a freak result where we just played especially poorly, and Newport just played really well. I'm just hoping it's something like that, and it's just one of those freak results in football. We're 3-0 down in 20 minutes and then that's game dead and buried, and then after that we conceded 1 more just after half time and didn't really lay a glove on them. But like I said, I don't think there's any need to panic just yet. The season's still young, but with 2 winnable games on paper, I think in League 2 you've got to earn the right to win every single game. So I think you can look at some and expect to win, but it's never a guarantee. But the 2 winnable games for us did return absolutely nothing, no goals, no points. So there is concerns from fans coming into a tough run on paper of Mansfield, Notts County, MK Dons and Everton to bring our August to an end, that we could end up without a win all August and dumped out of the cup against Premier League opposition. Hope did come midweek though against Hull City, where the performance and result was absolutely immense, and the reports on social media and everything just was so positive. So I think there is hope and light at the end of the tunnel, and belief that this will click under Grant McCann, and hopefully those performances like the one that fans saw against Hull become the norm in the league as well. But only time will tell on that one. But I think it shows that we have got the ability to put a decent performance together and score a few goals. We won that one 2-1, which sorted out the tie at home to Everton at the end of August. Mansfield, on the other hand, coming into this one in decent form, so they'll be coming into this one confident, I think. 2 wins in the final 2 pre-season friendlies, that continued into competitive football. An opening day draw at Crewe could be seen as a bad result after being 2 goals up in 30 minutes, but there was a quick response from Crewe and then they made it 2-2 before the end of the game. And in fairness, Crewe did the same to Swindon, I believe, this weekend, 2-0, 2 goals down and fought back to draw it 2-2. So it may be seen as a bad result, but I think Crewe are showing that they've got that grit and determination to stay in games. A good result at home to Grimsby in the Carabao Cup has set up a nice tie for the Stags against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, and then the cup game was followed up this weekend with a convincing 3-0 win against Morecambe. So yeah, I think Mansfield will be coming into this one very high in confidence. Rovers have got to put this weekend behind them, lick his wounds very quickly, and hopefully put in a decent performance and get a result against a very good Mansfield Town team, which I think is going to be a tough one to do. On to player profile for this one, I'm going to speak a little bit about Richard Wood, 38-year-old centre-back. Brought him in this summer from Rotherham, and I think he's not quite got to the level most fans hoped for. And there's questions regarding Rotherham infiltrating the Rovers and across social media. I think it's in jest, because I honestly think that Wood will add organisation, grit, determination, not just to the defence but the whole squad. I think his experience, you can't buy it. I think it'll be invaluable as the season goes on, and hopefully we've seen Wood throughout his career, very good player. I think he'll add that and he'll pass that knowledge on to our younger players. So I think it's a good addition. I do agree that we've not quite seen the levels that we hoped for. Sometimes his legs look like they've gone, but I think if he can read the game, you don't necessarily need the legs as often as you would without that experience. I think Oluwu is a decent defender, but made a couple of mistakes. I think his pace gets him out of trouble sometimes, but I think it's going to take time for that partnership and that understanding to come, and I think it will click under Grant McCann in time. So I think Wood is a very good addition for what he gives in terms of experience and organisation. Moving on to the opponent's one to watch. So as I said, you know your club much better than what I do. If you think this guy's wrong and there's somebody else in a Mansfield Town shirt that we should be looking out for, please get them in the comments down below. But for this one, I've gone with Davies Keeler-Dunn. 25 years old, attacking midfielder, 219 career appearances, 55 goals and 26 assists across his time as a footballer so far. But he has started this season particularly well. 3 goals in 2 games, 1 assist as well. Yeah, definitely one to watch. I think he's obviously in a purple patch, scoring 3 already and setting 1 up. So I think if we're not switched on with him from the midfield, he'll find those pockets between our midfield and defence. He'll pick the ball up, he'll drive at the defence, and like I said, with Richard Wood, questions about his legs and his pace. If you've got Keeler-Dunn running at you, I think it's going to cause problems for Wood in tomorrow night's fixture. I think he'll get a bit of joy if he does that. So for me, the one to watch is Keeler-Dunn. I think he'll be coming into this one hoping to bag at least an assist, if not a goal or 2 in this one. On to my predicted team lineup. So this is thanks to FanHub. If you've not downloaded the app yet, please go ahead and do so. Plenty of features to get your teeth stuck into. And this is the lineup that I'm going with for tomorrow night's fixture. I've gone with Lawler in goal. Obviously Sterry is injured, so I've gone with Nixon at right back, Wood and Oluwu as centre back and Senior at left back. I prefer Owen Bailey in the centre of the park rather than right back, so I've moved him into the CDM role with Broadbent and Rowe just in front of him. Molyneux and Roberts on the wings with Ironside up front on his own. I think there could be changes in that. Like I say, I've said in previous previews that we've got options in every position, so it's difficult to predict a starting 11, but that's what I'm going with in this one to hopefully get a point or 3 against Mansfield Town. On to the predicted league table. So if you're new to this, me and the family predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome right but not the result, we get 1 point. If we get it completely wrong, we get no points. And last Saturday, again, we all got it completely wrong. We all went with Rovers wins. We got paggered 4-0 away from home. So we're all yet to get off the mark. So hopefully one of us can get off the mark in this one. And my heart with the score prediction is hoping that it's not me who gets off the mark, but my head, I think I may get off the mark with this one. It's going to be a very tough game. As I've said, Mansfield are coming in with much more confidence, the better form. I'm hoping Rovers have a response to that poor performance and that poor result on Saturday, but I always predict with my head and not my heart. So for this one, I'm going with a continuation of what we saw with our more recent fixtures against each other. I'm going with a 3-1 home defeat. I hope I'm miles off it. I hope I stay on 0 points in the predictions league table, but that's what I've got to go with. A 3-1 win to Mansfield in tomorrow night's fixture. And that's where I'm going to leave this one. If you've enjoyed it, please stick a big thumbs up on it for us, please. Comments in the section down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.